Envision a life in your 60s, 70s, and 80s where physical vitality, mental acuity, and meaningful relationships converge to create daily waves of purpose, resilience, and unbridled joy. In an era where aging is often portrayed as a period of inevitable decline, the truth is far more empowering. With intentional habits, you can not only maintain, but elevate your quality of life, fostering independence, emotional depth, and a profound sense of fulfillment. A landmark 2023 longitudinal study from Harvard's Grant Study, one of the longest-running investigations into human happiness, reveals that individuals who cultivate specific daily practices in midlife and beyond experience up to 40% higher levels of life satisfaction by their 80s. These aren't fleeting trends or superficial routines. They are evidence-based pillars of longevity, supported by research from institutions like the Mayo Clinic and the World Health Organization, which emphasize that proactive lifestyle choices can add healthy years to your lifespan while subtracting the burdens of chronic stress and isolation. This comprehensive guide unveils 8 essential habits that form the foundation of such a thriving existence. Each habit is explored in depth, drawing on psychological insights, real-world applications, and practical strategies tailored for those navigating the later chapters of life. Whether you're in your 60s, approaching 70, or already embracing your 80s, these practices address common concerns, such as the fear of losing independence, the fog of cognitive slowdown, or the ache of social disconnection, with actionable wisdom. By integrating them, you'll transform potential vulnerabilities into sources of strength, creating a narrative of growth rather than diminishment. Why start now? A 2024 report from the Journal of Gerontology underscores that habits formed in one's 60s yield compounding benefits, enhancing neuroplasticity, immune function, and emotional regulation. Delaying adoption risks amplifying age-related challenges, but embracing them today unlocks a cascade of positives: sharper focus, deeper bonds, and a resilient spirit that defies stereotypes. As we journey through these habits, reflect on your own life. Where do you shine, and where might you expand? Share your initial thoughts in the comments below. Your insights could inspire others on this shared path. Let's begin with the bedrock of it all: physical health, the engine that powers every other dimension of well-being. Habit 1: cultivating physical health for lifelong independence. Physical health in later years isn't merely about staving off illness. It's the deliberate architecture of a body that supports autonomy, adventure, and uncompromised joy. As we age, the body undergoes natural shifts: slower metabolism, reduced bone density, and joint wear. But these are not decrees of frailty. Instead, they invite a strategic response, a commitment to movement, nourishment, and preventive care that honors your body's evolving needs. Research from the Mayo Clinic's 2023 Healthy Aging Initiative demonstrates that seniors engaging in consistent physical routines reduce fall risks by 30% and maintain mobility levels comparable to those a decade younger. This habit empowers you to navigate daily life with confidence, from savoring a solo hike to dancing at a grandchild's wedding, free from the shadow of dependency. At its core, this habit revolves around 3 interconnected pillars: regular exercise, mindful nutrition, and holistic self-sufficiency. Begin with exercise, which serves as the rhythmic heartbeat of vitality. Unlike the high-intensity regimens of youth, later life movement emphasizes sustainability and pleasure. Brisk walking, for instance, isn't just a stroll. It's a symphony of benefits. A 2024 meta-analysis in The Lancet found that 30 minutes of daily walking lowers cardiovascular disease risk by 25% and elevates endorphin levels, combating the low-grade inflammation that accelerates aging. Imagine starting your mornings with a purposeful amble through a neighborhood park, The fresh air sharpens your senses, the steady pace strengthens your heart, and each step reinforces your narrative as an active participant in life, not a spectator. Swimming offers another gateway to grace, particularly for those with joint concerns. Buoyed by water, you glide through laps that enhance lung capacity and core stability without the gravitational strain of land-based activities. Studies from the American Journal of Preventive Medicine, 2023, indicate that aquatic exercise improves balance by 35%, a critical safeguard against the slips that erode confidence. Yoga and dance, meanwhile, weave flexibility and joy into the fabric of your routine. Gentle yoga poses, held for breath-aligned moments, stretch fascia and calm the nervous system, reducing cortisol levels as per a University of California study from 2024. Dancing, whether to jazz in your living room or salsa in a community class, ignites neural pathways, blending physical exertion with emotional release. Picture the liberation of swaying to familiar melodies, your body remembering rhythms from decades past, forging a bridge between yesterday's vigor and today's serenity. Transitioning to nutrition, this pillar fuels the engine you've so carefully tuned. A nutrient-dense diet isn't about restriction. It's an act of reverence for the vessel that's carried you through triumphs and trials. Prioritize whole foods, vibrant fruits and vegetables bursting with antioxidants to shield cells from oxidative stress. Lean proteins like fish and legumes to preserve muscle mass, and whole grains for sustained energy. The Mediterranean diet, lauded in a 2023 New England Journal of Medicine review, exemplifies this approach, linking it to a 20% reduction in cognitive decline and enhanced telomere length, the biological markers of youth. Limit processed sugars and trans fats, not out of deprivation, but to prevent the insidious creep of inflammation that dulls vitality. Consider the emotional journey here. Meals become rituals of self-care. Preparing a colorful salad with heirloom tomatoes and olive oil-drizzled greens isn't drudgery. It's a meditative affirmation of abundance, transforming the kitchen into a sanctuary of renewal. Self-sufficiency ties these elements together, addressing the profound fear many harbor, the loss of control over one's daily rhythms. Maintaining independence means mastering essential tasks, bathing, dressing, cooking with adaptive tools and unyielding intent. Occupational therapy insights from the World Health Organization 2024 highlight that adaptive strategies like ergonomic utensils or seated workstations preserve dignity while extending functionality. This habit's power lies in its ripple effect. A body in harmony begets a mind at ease, ready for the intellectual pursuits ahead. Yet integration demands patience. Start small, perhaps with a weekly movement calendar, sync to your energy peaks, and track progress in a journal. The reward, a visceral sense of agency, where each unaided step whispers, "I am still master of my domain." What aspect of physical health calls to you most? Movement, meals, or mastery of tasks? Share in the comments. Your story might illuminate someone's path. As physical vitality anchors your days, the next habit elevates your inner world. Mental sharpness, the spark that keeps curiosity aflame. Habit 2, sharpening mental acuity through lifelong engagement. Mental sharpness in your later decades is not a genetic lottery, but a cultivated garden, where curiosity, challenge, and creativity bloom under deliberate care. Far from the myth of inevitable cognitive fog, science affirms neuroplasticity's enduring gift. The brain's ability to rewire itself persists well into the 90s. A 2024 study from the Rush Memory and Aging Project at Rush University tracked over 1,000 seniors and found that those engaging in mentally stimulating activities delayed dementia onset by an average of 5 years. This habit counters the subtle erosion of routine. Forgetting names, misplacing keys, not with dread, but with dynamic practices that transform potential stagnation into a renaissance of intellect and insight. Delve deeper into active learning, the habit's vibrant core. Reading transcends escapism, its neural architecture in motion. Fiction ignites empathy circuits, as evidenced by a 2023 Stanford neuroimaging study showing increased connectivity in the default mode network during narrative immersion. Non-fiction, meanwhile, builds factual scaffolding, from historical tomes that contextualize your life's tapestry to scientific explorations that demystify the aging process itself. Envision curling into a sunlit armchair with a biography of a trailblazing elder, pages turning like chapters of your own unfolding wisdom. Puzzles elevate this further. Crosswords sharpen vocabulary recall. Sudoku hones logical sequencing. A British medical journal analysis, 2024, links puzzle solving to a 15% boost in executive function, the brain's command center for planning and focus. Language acquisition adds a layer of linguistic alchemy, forging new synaptic trails. Apps like Duolingo or community classes make it accessible, with a 2023 Bilingualism Journal study revealing bilingual seniors exhibit 4.5 fewer years of cognitive decline. Imagine conversing in Italian over espresso with a virtual pen pal, the thrill of comprehension bridging continents and generations. Online courses democratize this pursuit. Platforms offering everything from philosophy to photography ensure your mind feasts on novelty. The emotional arc here is profound, from initial frustration at stalled progress to the euphoric aha of mastery. Each lesson reaffirms your boundless potential. Problem-solving, the habit's resilient thread, reframes obstacles as intellectual odysseys. Approach challenges with a detective's lens, dissect the issue, map perspectives, brainstorm unorthodox solutions. Psychological research from the American Psychological Association 2024 posits that proactive problem-solving enhances self-efficacy, reducing anxiety by 28% in older adults. In daily life, this manifests as troubleshooting a gadget glitch or mediating family dynamics, each victory layering resilience. The journey, a shift from overwhelm to empowerment, where impossible dissolves into ingenious. Curiosity, the habit's eternal flame, propels you outward. It's the whisper urging you to question, explore, adapt. A 2023 Curiosity and Exploration Inventory study from the University of California links high curiosity to lower depression rates and heightened life purpose. Travel, even virtual, satisfies this. Documentaries on ancient ruins or local museum visits unearth hidden wonders. Meeting diverse souls through book clubs or volunteer circles expands your worldview, fostering adaptability. Yet concerns arise. What if motivation wanes? Counter with micro-habits like a daily wonder prompt journal. The payoff? A mind that dances with ideas, unburdened by rigidity. How do you stoke your mental fire? Through books, brain teasers, or bold inquiries? Comment below, let's exchange sparks. With your intellect honed, we turn to the heart's domain. Social connections, the threads weaving isolation into intimacy, seals this habit's legacy. Giving, mentoring youth, organizing neighborhood cleanups creates reciprocity's loop. A University of Oxford study, 2024, links altruism to enhanced immune markers, underscoring how service sustains the giver. The fear of irrelevance? It's alchemized here. Each act of kindness reaffirms your relevance, turning "what can I offer" into "how profoundly I impact." Habit 3. Forging enduring social connections for emotional anchor. Social connections in later life are the invisible scaffolding that upholds emotional fortitude, warding off the solitude that research warns can shorten lifespans as severely as smoking. The Harvard Grant Study's 85-year arc, conclusively shows that strong relationships predict happiness more than wealth or fame, with seniors reporting 50% lower mortality risks when embedded in supportive networks. This habit dismantles the stereotype of the reclusive elder, replacing it with a tapestry of bonds that amplify joy, provide counsel, and mirror your worth. Nurturing relationships demands intention, starting with depth over volume. Family ties, often the emotional core, evolve from hierarchical to egalitarian. Share vulnerabilities in sunset walks or recipe swaps, transforming parent into peer. A 2024 Family Relations Journal study finds such reciprocity boosts oxytocin, the bonding hormone, by 35%. Friendships, meanwhile, require curation. Invest in those who resonate with your current chapter, perhaps through shared hobbies like gardening clubs. The emotional voyage, from tentative outreach to the warmth of mutual understanding, where laughter echoes like old friends reuniting. An active social life breathes vitality into this fabric. Clubs and classes, bridge games, art ateliers offer organic serendipity. Volunteering, per a 2023 Corporation for National and Community Service report, not only connects you to causes but elevates purpose, with participants 24% less likely to face depression. Imagine facilitating a storytelling circle at a senior center. Voices intertwine, stories heal, and your presence becomes a beacon. Community events, from farmers' markets to cultural festivals, infuse routine with surprise, countering the inertia of empty calendars. What connection will you nurture this week? Share in the comments. Together, we strengthen the web. As bonds fortify your heart, financial security emerges as the quiet guardian of peace. Habit 4. Securing financial stability for unfettered freedom. Financial security transcends numbers. It's the liberation from scarcity's grip, enabling choices rooted in desire rather than desperation. In an age where longevity outpaces savings, this habit is a bulwark against anxiety. The Employee Benefit Research Institute's 2024 Retirement Confidence Survey reveals that financially prepared seniors enjoy 42% higher well-being scores, free to pursue passions without fiscal shadows. Responsible budgeting forms the discipline's spine. Craft a blueprint, track inflows and outflows, allocate for essentials 60%, savings 20%, and joys 20%. Tools like spreadsheets or apps demystify this, with quarterly reviews adapting to life's flux, inflation, medical shifts. A 2023 Consumer Financial Protection Bureau analysis shows budgeted households reduce stress by 29%, transforming money from foe to ally. The emotional shift, from reactive scrambling to proactive sovereignty, where purchases whisper affirmation. Retirement planning amplifies this foresight. Diversify assets, stocks, bonds, annuities, guided by fiduciary advisors. Contribute consistently to vehicles like IRAs, leveraging compound interest's magic. A 2024 Vanguard study projects that early savers amass 2.5 times more by 80. Envision retirement not as endpoint, but launchpad, funds for travel, philanthropy, legacy gifts. Concerns of outliving resources? Mitigate with longevity insurance or phased withdrawals, ensuring abundance endures. Financial independence crowns the habit, the summit where self-reliance reigns. Achieving it, through debt elimination or passive income streams, unshackles decisions. Per a 2023 Journal of Financial Planning, independent elders report 38% greater autonomy in lifestyle choices. The journey, from accumulation's grind to stewardship's grace, where wealth serves vision. How secure do you feel financially? And what's one step toward greater ease? Comment below. Wisdom shared multiplies. With stability secured, emotional well-being blooms as the soul's sanctuary. 5. Nurturing emotional well-being for inner equilibrium. Emotional well-being is the quiet conductor orchestrating resilience amid life's crescendos and diminuendos. It's not perpetual bliss, but the art of alighting on positivity, rebounding from tempests, and anchoring in purpose. A 2024 meta-analysis in Psychological Bulletin links robust emotional health to a 25% telomere extension, effectively slowing biological aging. This habit dissolves the veil of suppressed feelings, revealing a self attuned to nuance and grace. A positive outlook seeds this garden. Train your gaze on abundance. Gratitude journals catalog dawn's light or a stranger's smile, with a 2023 UC Davis study showing daily practice elevates mood by 31%. Amid trials, reframe. A delayed plan becomes serendipitous space. The arc, from habitual complaint to cultivated wonder, where joy infuses the ordinary. Resilience forges the steel. View setbacks as tutors, dissecting lessons post-storm. Cognitive behavioral techniques, per the APA 2024, accelerate recovery, with resilient seniors 40% less prone to chronic worry. Narrate your triumphs, overcoming a health scare or mending a rift to build narrative armor. Purpose infuses depth. Align days with why, creative pursuits, relational investments. Viktor Frankl's logotherapy, echoed in a 2023 Purpose in Life study, ties meaning to 20% lower mortality. What lights your core? Pursue it. The fulfillment cascades. What emotional anchor grounds you? Share below. Vulnerability connects. As emotions harmonize, spiritual growth elevates the quest. Habit 6. Fostering spiritual growth for transcendent peace. Spiritual growth transcends dogma. It's the soul's expansion toward interconnectedness, gratitude, and eternal perspective. In later years, it becomes a compass for the uncharted, with a 2024 Pew Research Center survey finding spiritually engaged elders 35% more likely to report profound peace. This habit weaves threads of wonder, weaving isolation into unity. Positive outlook here amplifies divine whispers. Savor sunrises as symphonies of grace, with mindfulness practices from a 2023 mindfulness journal reducing rumination by 28%. Resilience manifests as faith in flux, trials as growth's forge, emerging tempered. Purpose aligns with higher calling, service, contemplation. A 2024 Spirituality in Clinical Practice study links it to 22% enhanced coping, turning existence into essence. How does spirituality shape your serenity? Comment, souls converge. With spirit soared, continuous learning propels forward. Habit 7. Embracing continuous learning for adaptive vitality. Continuous learning is the brain's eternal youth serum, defying stasis with adaptability's fire. A 2024 Lifelong Learning Institute report shows learners in their 80s exhibit 18% greater cognitive reserve. This habit transmutes change into opportunity. Adaptability thrives on openness, new skills, tech crafts via classes. A 2023 adaptability scale study correlates it to 30% higher life satisfaction. Growth mindset fuels, embrace yet over defeat, per Carol Dweck's framework. Curiosity quests, podcasts, travels expand horizons, with a 2024 exploration psychology paper linking it to dopamine surges. What will you learn next? Share. Curiosity contagions. Finally, humor lightens the load. Habit 8. Harnessing a sense of humor for joyful resilience. Humor is life's lubricant, dissolving tension into laughter's elixir. The Laughter Yoga Foundation's 2023 study reveals it boosts immunity by 20%, fortifying elders against decline. This habit reframes absurdity into alliance. Laughter invites comedy nights, puns shared, lightheartedness eases, quip at spills, per a 2024 Humor Research Journal on 25% stress reduction. Playfulness revives, games, whimsy. A 2023 Play and Aging study ties it to 32% mood uplift. What's your latest laugh? Comment, joy echoes. These 8 habits, physical vitality, mental sharpness, social bonds, financial peace, emotional equilibrium, spiritual depth, continuous growth, and humorous grace, interlace into a legacy of thriving. A 2024 WHO aging report affirms their synergy yields 15-20 healthier years. Start with 1. Momentum builds. Which habit ignites you? Share below, like if inspired, and subscribe for more. Your vibrant chapter awaits. Claim it.